Hello, Jezdamayel here with blah blah opening shitty. We're back with another episode of the Cat Lady. Last thing that happened is the power went out. Now my friend is really upset because she's scared of the dark. And we're gonna see what happens. I think we already got the scissors. We're nearing the end of this game. Before we get started, I wanted to say I hope everyone's doing wonderful today. And if you did not see on my Twitter, which I think you should go to my Twitter and take a look at it once in a while, because I talk about what games I'll be playing. I did the random wheel, and I will be playing Amnesia: The Dark Descent and Among the Sleep. So 2 first-person style horror games at once. This will be horrible. There'll be mixtures of ASMR videos in between that, and I might throw in a couple random videos as well. I'm not sure. But I'm going to try to stick with that goal of finishing one that hasn't been finished yet and starting a new one, which is funny because Amnesia is one of the first games I started, I think. And so, it's old. So you'll have to go back to way older episodes, maybe a year or 2 ago, perhaps. I don't know. I'm not going to start over a third time. I don't even want to play it, but that's what's going to have to happen. So let's continue here. Let's resume. So I need to go here and play as her, and I know that I have to go to the laptop because that's the main reason why we're here.
Right. Let's do it.
Is that you, Mrs. Ashworth? What happened?
No idea. Maybe it's a blackout, like in the old days.
It's probably just the meter. Let me see.
Not her either.
So yeah,
Waste of time. It's time to leave. This interview is over.
I also need to say is that I don't know why, but for some reason when I'm recording this, I have the black bars on the side. But last couple episodes, it was full screen, and I don't know why it was full screen. Because usually, if you notice in the past, I put stuff on the sides. Don't know why it did it that time. I don't know how it's going to record this time. I don't have a clue, so I'm sorry about the difference in video. But, you know, the game's still the game. It's still good. Thank you for all the positive feedback on this game and my videos in general. Thank you so very much.
I don't get it. The cable's been cut. But why would anyone do that?
I think we're going to go now. This whole power cut gave me a terrible headache.
Is that you, Mitzi?
No, someone else.
But we haven't finished yet. Have you changed your mind about the job?
No, of course not.
Wait, who's that other person?
I'm just scared of darkness. And I still feel sick, you know. Perhaps we can continue some other time.
There's
I've
like
had it.
5 people?
Building a new fuse box.
Was that you, Jesse?
Yeah. How are you doing, Pauline?
Well, we need the power back. Can you do something?
Yeah, I can easily fix that. There's an electrical store that's open till late.
Who's that other
I'll get some
person?
stuff and I'll be back
Oh, it must be her
before
friend.
night.
Bear in mind it's not just the fuse box, it's the cable this time.
I'll get a new cable too, don't worry. But in the meantime, go home, find some candles and chill, yeah?
Thanks, Jesse. That's awfully nice of you.
Well, it was great seeing you, but we're going to leave now.
Hello.
Oh gosh, it's her!
My name is Rita Tickle.
Rita, who? What the hell is going on here? Do you know this woman, Mrs. Ashworth?
I've never seen her before in all my life.
Alright.
Now she'll think we are absolutely crazy.
I wouldn't worry too much. You're not exactly the most popular neighbor in the house anyway.
Thanks.
What? You don't actually
That's a
care what those
compliment.
idiots think, do you?
No, of course not.
I do
It's
care!
just that Pauline seems all right. I'm not too proud of causing her all this trouble.
It'll get fixed soon. Look, Jesse's gone out. We can now get inside flat 7 and see
I thought there
what he's
wasn't
been
any
up to.
power, because I sure see some
Okay.
light.
Yeah, that sounds good.
We can also cross Pauline off the list. I've searched through her internet history, and needless to say, there's nothing exciting there.
Tentacle porn! Press any button to close. Ah, there's no buttons! There's only keys. Okay. I'm excited that I'm actually playing again. I haven't played in a little bit because I haven't been feeling the best, but I can't overdo it because if I overdo it, I can't play then. So I need to try not to be... Isn't this my house? Oh, so I need to go all the way... I need to go upstairs again, right? I forgot which floor she was on. But as I said... Pardon me, I burped. I'm sorry. I hope everyone's doing okay. If you're not doing the best, I'm sorry. I hope it gets better. There's been a lot of burps. Been a lot of lazy days lately because of the weather. I know the humidity was well above 60% here the other day, and I literally thought I was just gonna die. I know I wasn't gonna die, but it sure did feel like it. Okay, so we got scissors, and we got the paint. The dress is downstairs, so we need the mask. So I'm assuming the mask is here. Hey, how do I talk to you again? Can I... Yeah, click on the picture of you. Hey, can you pick this lock, please?
Now that he's gone, we can get inside.
Yes, let's do that.
Form of a
I'll
question.
close my eyes and you pick that lock, Mitzi.
Okay, but no peeking.
I'd never. You've really hurt my feelings now.
Yeah.
I'm
Now close them.
glad she's opening up a little bit. She's like
There.
appreciating
Job
things
done.
and, you know. Ah, this place is scary.
These...
Relax, Mrs. A. They're just Halloween masks.
Oh, good. That's good. Because I swear, if I see another bloody head...
Well, technically it is a bloody head. Okay, let's take the devil's mask. I get terribly sweaty wearing it. There's not much to do. Okay, how about the hockey mask? Okay. Wham! Boo-hoo! I wanted that one mask. It was only half the face. None of these look illegal. I guess that's, he just likes plants. They're legal here! Ha! Boink! This one's pretty big. The speaker's massive and it's connected to Jesse's computer. Whenever he plays some music, the walls must be shaken. Examine. This is Jesse's PC, the infamous source of all the noise. Might as well... I can't use it yet because the power's not on. Now, I don't know about some places around where you live, but if you have a flat like this or apartments, some of the apartments don't allow you to paint or draw on the walls. Some of them are a little more lenient, but some don't. I was only pointing that out because I saw that crow in the background, or maybe it's a raven. I can't tell. I can usually tell by looking at the birds, but not at this particular picture. But, given it looks like it's brick, and, well, I guess it's not brick. Well, yeah, it is a brick-ish item. I'm air quoting here. I think they're more like cement blocks. Anyway, the point is, long story short, it looks like it was painted on. In some places around here, you're not allowed to do that. And I was thinking to myself, wow, we could get in trouble for having that. You know, legal plants be damned. Switch on. It doesn't work. It seems someone cut the power. Rolls eyes! Of course this PC's not going to work. You know what this means, then? This means that I'm going to have to take this extension cord, all right? And I'm going to have to put it downstairs. Jesse's PC is plugged here. If only I had access. I'm going to have to put it, plug it in here and plug the extension cord to the outlet downstairs. That is what I'm going to have to do. And then I can use this computer. Na-na!
So, who's got windows over this side of the building?
Well, Joe Davis lives right below. I guess we could also check one flat below Joe's. I just hope the cable's long enough.
Let's find out, shall we?
I find it funny that she ends most of her sentences in the form of a question. Okay, so now we need to go downstairs. There's no way that extension is that long. No way! No! Okay. No, I don't think so. For some reason, they're not allowing me to check. See, they're not... I thought I could... This is where the old man lived, right? I need to see the map. Yeah, there's no one here. Oh, no, he's off the list. I guess we have to go to the Davis. We have to go to the Davis place and then go up? I don't know. See, they're not allowing me to... Oh, I know what I probably have to do. I need to go to the ground floor. I need to make that thing... I haven't checked that other guy's place yet. The guy with the bicycle to scare him away. Maybe there's another extension cord I can connect that to. I don't know. Let's do this first, though. I'm a little confused because they're not allowing me into the rooms I need to get into. So that means I'm missing something.
We need to make some adjustments. Now this is a dress worthy of the cat widow.
Why don't you admit it was too small for you?
Wow.
Ha ha, bloody ha. Why don't you just shut up? Whoever wore this dress probably hadn't eaten in years. You'd struggle to get a skeleton into it. This is it. We've got all we need.
Great. Are you going to tell me about the cat widow now?
Yes, it's story time, Mitzi.
Maybe
The
Mitzi's a
legend
cat,
says there
like I
was
said
once
earlier.
a bad man who hated cats. He hated his neighbors too, and his job. And when it rained, he'd curse and smash things. He hated his bald head and his weak, ugly body. He probably hated himself the most, although he would never admit
Is
it.
she talking about that guy?
I think I see where this is going.
Wow.
One day, out of pure hatred for the whole world and everything that lives, he captured a family of cats and drowned them all in the river. That day, the sun turned black and all the birds went silent
Pardon me.
as the 6 kittens struggled for life. But trapped in a strong canvas bag, they never had a chance. They all died that day. All but one. The mother cat, in a desperate fight to set herself free, by pure luck, clawed her way out of the bag and swam to the shore. She lost everything that day. Her beautiful children and her proud husband. Her heart crashed into pieces as she watched their limp dead bodies stolen by the current. Running after them, she followed them for days, for as long as she could. Then, eventually, she lost sight of them. She stayed on the bank of the river for a while. The world stopped turning for her, her eyes empty and blind. And then, one day, she slowly slid down the bank and into the cold, dark water. She gave in to it. She let the river take her away too, cover her mouth, her ears, her eyes. But as the water filled her lungs, and she started slipping into darkness, there was another strange feeling that burst in her mind like a ball of flames. Anger, rage even. Her last craving, before she drowned, was for revenge, for blood. And so she returned, reborn and changed, a cat widow, veiled in black, mistress of the cats.
Sorry about the share.
Her body of a young woman, but her eyes of a cat. And her face, white, rotten, face of a corpse. Those who saw it rarely lived to tell the tale.
How'd you get it then?
She would get her revenge on all cat killers and cat torturers. But there was someone she had to see first. Someone special. Someone she really hated the most. As the evening came, it was strangely quiet in the man's flat. As he lived alone, he usually liked to fill the silence with the sound of radio or TV shows. But that night, he switched them all off, feeling anxious and tired after work. He tried to sleep, but couldn't. And for once, there wasn't anyone there he could blame for it. As he stared through the window, he kept thinking about how much he hated that view. He liked it once, a long time ago, when his wife was still there and they were happy together. Suddenly, he heard knocking on the door. Some part of him was glad, because that meant he could take it out on whoever decided to bother him.
Candygram.
There was nobody there. He almost felt disappointed, but before he turned to walk away, he suddenly noticed something down the hall.
Let's see. On a nearby wall, there's a giant shadow of a cat. He noticed a shadow of a cloaked figure standing ahead. A dead body of a disemboweled cat hung on the radiator. I don't want to do that.
He noticed a shadow of a cloaked figure standing ahead. He stopped again. He couldn't believe his eyes.
Someone wrote cat killer on his door. There was a cat skull stuck in the seat of his bike. Someone wrote asshole on his door. Cat killer.
Someone wrote cat killer on his door.
It's cool that you
He
can...
had a passion for trains. Although he hated being a train driver, he had always enjoyed watching them move.
I like the interaction.
But now, his train model was moving all on its own. He was absolutely certain he'd left it switched off. And yet, there it was, running at crazy speed. Remote control missing. Something was seriously wrong. And that something had entered his home now too.
Dun dun dun.
He hoped he was just imagining things, tired as he was.
Unplug your fucking
But there was another surprise waiting for him in his bedroom.
Disemboweled cat? A giant blood-soaked zombie cat sat on the bed. The cat widow is here, written all over the wall.
Widow is here was written all over the wall.
As in a dream, he went to the kitchen to get a drink. Getting really scared now, he decided to call the police. He's not calling the police!
In a dream, he went to the kitchen to get a drink.
I'm not having him call the police because that would fuck it up for everybody. Oh, that's very pretty. Is it blood? Yeah, it's blood. I thought so.
There was no water. He knew there were valves in the basement that turned it off, but no one's been down there for years. He felt sick. None of this made any sense. And yet, deep down, he knew what he did to the cats was wrong. There was a part of him that almost wanted to be punished. The part he tried so hard to hide.
Dog's barking.
He thought he'd heard something in the corridor. Was there someone there with him? His head was spinning. He felt ambushed, trapped, like an animal. He had to get out of there. Getting really scared now, he decided to call the police.
But the phone has been disconnected. Please? I don't want him to call the police.
His phone was of no use. The SIM card had been removed, and that wasn't even the worst part. There was a photo of a black cat set as screensaver.
They did this
He remembered
fast.
This cat. He'd watched that strange pest control man put it in a cage and into his van. He'd looked at it through the window for a while, then pulled the curtains and went to bed. He stopped, paralyzed. He'd heard something right in front of him. A whisper. More like a purr.
Uh-oh.
She was there.
Oh no!
In the dark corner of his living room, waiting. Black veil covering that pale, dead face. And yet, he could almost feel Cat Widow's eyes piercing through him.
Cat Widow aimed a shotgun at his chest and fired. She came closer, like a ghost, and... I want to do this one. I don't want to shoot him. I don't want to shoot
like
him.
A ghost, and swiftly removed the veil.
I just don't want to kill him. He doesn't deserve to die, I don't think. I mean...
She came back for him, to take him to the river, to make him pay for what he'd done. As he looked into her eyes, he could feel the world spinning around him. His knees go weak.
Oh, he had a heart attack, right?
His pants suddenly wet around his crotch. As much as he hated life, he didn't want to die either.
I was hoping he was going to have a heart attack.
Inside, he was just a big, stinking coward. And then he fainted.
Yeah, I know. I could have killed him. Or at least, scared him.
Did you see his face? I knew he'd fall for this.
Yeah, we scared the living shit out of him. Now that's teamwork. Are you sure he won't know it was you, though?
Oh, he probably will, once he's had time to think about what happened. But he's too proud to ever admit he's been beaten by a woman. I know him just about enough to know that.
Let's hope so. I don't want you to get in trouble because of me.
No. That was something I had to do for myself. And I feel much better for it.
The only problem now is that we still haven't found Eye of Adam. Because it definitely isn't Brian. I've searched through his laptop and all I found was a load of porn.
Let's cross him off the list.
Tentacle porn! Press any button to close, but we're going to do that next time. Thank you very much for watching. This has been the Cat Lady. We're coming to the end of the game. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again for another episode of this. I think I already said that once before. Goodbye.